I've been legally blind since I was 6 years old. I've spent years memorizing every inch of my high school so I can navigate the halls without constantly bumping into people. It takes a lot of work, but usually people just let me be. But last week we had a substitute teacher who decided she was a medical expert. When I walked in with my cane, she didn't just look at me, she smirked. I sat in my usual spot in the front row, and the first thing she said was, "You walk awfully well for someone who claims they can't see. Is this just a trick for extra time on the finals?" I tried to explain how orientation and mobility training works, but she cut me off. She stood up, marched over to my desk, and snapped her fingers an inch from my face. When I flinched because I can still see shadows and movement, she laughed. "I knew it, you're a total fraud." Then, she did the unthinkable. She grabbed my cane and tossed it across the room. It clattered against the back wall like it was a piece of trash. "You don't need this prop," she barked. "If you can see my hand, you can see your way to the principal's office." The room went dead silent. My face was burning, and I felt like I was shrinking into my chair. But then, a chair scraped against the floor in the back. It was Calvin, the guy who had spent the last 3 years accidentally tripping me in the hall and knocking my cane out of my hand for fun. He didn't laugh. He walked to the back of the room, picked up my cane, and brought it back to my desk. He looked the substitute dead in the eye and whispered, "Give her a break. Everyone in this building knows she's blind. You're the only one here who's being a fraud as a teacher." The sub went pale, especially when a girl in the second row held up her phone and said, "I've been recording since you grabbed her arm, by the way. I think the board might want to see this." The substitute was gone before lunch. Turns out, sometimes the person who knows you best is the one who's been watching you the closest, even if they started out as your biggest enemy.